Madam Speaker, each and every one of us in this chamber knows what it's like to have our identity be in some way a vulnerability for us. The challenge is to live authentically and proudly in spite of that vulnerability. That is, if the law allows it. For nearly 50 years, LGBT Michiganders have not been afforded the same civil rights as every other Michigander. That is a choice that this body has made over and over and over. Today we make a different one. For too many, today's action comes far too late. In a world where 1/4 of LGBT youth attempted suicide in the year 2021, in a world where hate crimes against LGBT people have spiked, to deny civil protections for LGBT people in Michigan is to bless their oppression. That's why, for so many others, today's action comes not a moment too soon. In a world where politicians try to control the bodies of LGBT people, try to marginalize and alienate the most vulnerable among us, to codify civil protections for LGBT people is to prove that we will not tolerate homophobia, we will not tolerate transphobia, or any form of discrimination in this state. This moment is so meaningful to me personally, because like so many across our state, I know what it's like to feel unseen, unheard, and alone. Like so many across our state, I struggled to find my place in a world that still made me feel as if these things inside me were somehow wrong and shameful. During my freshman year in high school, I remember having my backpack stolen, only to find it hours later thrown by the trash can with the letters F-A-G written in permanent marker on the straps. Message received. I remember when my mom began needle pointing a chuppah covering for my brothers and I to use at our weddings. A chuppah is a canopy that Jewish couples stand beneath during their marriage ceremony, meant to symbolize a home. My mom's chuppah covering is this gorgeous cream-colored panel, nearly 12 feet long, with gold and silver threading, and it says in Hebrew, a well-known phrase from the Song of Songs, Ani l'dodi v'dodi li. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. It was made painstakingly with love, but I detested it. Every time my mom showed me her progress, a new thread color, a new stitch she'd learned, I'd respond dismissively. I hated it. The reason is simple. I looked at that chuppah covering and thought, that's not for me. I'll never use that. I couldn't bear to admit to my mom that her efforts were wasted on me. That chuppah covering became a symbol of all my unfulfilled desires as a person, as a man, as a Jew. It represented all the ways I thought I was different, inferior, unworthy. It was a long time before I learned just how wrong I was about all of it. I remember being so moved by a quote of Ralph Waldo Emerson. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. To think that my existence as an out, proud gay man could be that missing link, the barrier I had to break in order to unlock my fullest potential was revolutionary for me. So I decided to finally come out publicly. I even remember the day, February 10th, 2021. 6 months later, I announced my campaign to represent my hometown of West Bloomfield in the State House. Now, 25 months later, I stand before you as the youngest openly gay state legislator in Michigan history. I wish I could go back in time and find that tortured young man who discovered his backpack by the trash, marked with the word fag, or back further to that boy who sat alone at lunchtime in middle school, crouched down by his locker, hiding behind a book. I wish I could shake him by the shoulders and tell him, I know you think it will always be this way, that you will always feel alone. Yes, you will struggle, you will strive, you will fight, but you will survive, and you will succeed and achieve beyond your wildest dreams. Just hold on. I wish I could tell him that. I wish I could protect him from so much pain, but I can't. So to every gay kid, every LGBT kid across this state, I want you to know there are many people in this life who will try to tell you what you are or what you can be. Do not listen to them. Don't ever change for anyone. Don't waste this one precious life being anything other than that fearless, truest you. Take it from someone who wasted far too much time hiding and suffering. I have walked in your shoes and I have fought your fights, and now I fight for you. Today, I cast my vote to codify equal civil rights for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people in Michigan's Elliot-Larsen Civil Rights Act. I cast my vote because this moment is not just about the LGBT community. It's about all of us. It's about the kind of Michigan we want to build together. The kind of Michigan where every person has a chance to thrive, no matter where you come from, the color of your skin, the zip code of your home, how you worship, or who you love. The kind of Michigan that protects every person's unalienable rights. Madam Speaker, today we are one step closer to building that kind of Michigan. And to all those who would invoke the word of the Lord to deny us these rights, I remind you, the Lord created us in his own image. Can you not see the Lord in me? Can you not see the Lord in the honorable member from Hazel Park, from Southfield, from Ann Arbor, from Livonia, from Lansing? Can you not see the Lord in your gay sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews? Can you not see the Lord in us? Madam Speaker, I call on every person of conscience and faith to vote yes on this bill. Because tomorrow, when the sun rises, to be openly, proudly LGBT in the state of Michigan will still be a revolutionary act, but no longer will it be a threat to our civil rights. It's about damn time. Thank you, Madam Speaker.